Going on, great people? Today's question of the day or thought of the day is, are you bold enough to continue to chase after your dreams no matter what's going on around you? So the other day we got some great news in the mail. We received our 501c3 application. So the Open Box is officially a nonprofit, and we're definitely thankful to God for that. And that same day, Brooke actually found out that another church in the area is actually building a facility similar to the facility I had envisioned, long-term for the Open Box, which is a place that has a sanctuary, worship area, classrooms, a gym, and pretty much will be a center for, or a center that promotes healthy mind, body, and soul all around. So not just a church per se, but a 24-hour facility that will serve the community to get them to where they need to be as it relates to their spiritual health, mental health, and physical health. So I was a little bit discouraged and I was a little bit disappointed because I figured, especially since this church that's building this, is a pretty big church already and we're just starting out. I figured, I thought to myself, what exactly is the point for all of this if my ideas are already going to come to fruition through somebody else? And what Brooke reminded me is, regardless of if another, entity or church is doing it, people still need what you have to offer. So the vision, basically the vision that God placed on my heart or in my mind, regardless of what's going on around me, it still needs to come to pass through me. And she encouraged me not to worry about it. She encouraged me to look at it, in a more positive light. And the interesting thing about it, and this is how God works sometimes, during one of my readings this morning, what came up for me is, or what came up in the reading was, whether or not you're crazy enough to pursue or go after your dreams, goals, and visions, regardless of what's going around you. So it's like a double confirmation that I need to go ahead and keep pushing towards the idea I was given for the Open Box. So the question I have for you is, despite what's going on around you, despite the challenges you are facing, are you crazy enough to continue with the task? I would say go ahead and continue with it. God has placed this idea on your heart and in your mind for a specific reason. And regardless of your situations, regardless of if people are telling you you can't do it, regardless of if it's never been done, or if you see somebody else doing it, pursue it anyway, because God has placed it in you for a reason. And the people actually need for this vision or this idea to come through you. And you have to realize, when God places something on your mind or something in your heart to pursue, ultimately the world and the negative forces around you will do anything to snuff it out. You'll receive negative feedback. You'll receive just a whole bunch of things from the world that will prevent you from doing it. And I guess it's set up to be that way because ultimately, there is a negative or opposite reaction to things of God. So the interesting thing is, if you're not getting any pushback or if you're not getting any opposition, maybe what's on your mind or what's in your heart is not actually from God. So that's something else to think about too. So stay encouraged. I thank God for Brooke for keeping me on the path and encouraging me to pursue the Open Box. And that is all. Continue to push forward, and God will be with you every step of the way in the vision that God has given and placed on your heart. Peace and blessings. Once again, my name is Terrell Harris. You can visit theopenbox.com for more messages like this. And if you're on Facebook, be sure to like our page. And if you're on Twitter, be sure to retweet this message. Peace.